So this is Erica, and she's 38 weeks pregnant, and little baby Diana is coming any moment now.
Yes.
And she's so kindly agreed to do a pregnancy adjustment video with us. So there's been a number of things that we've been working on through this pregnancy.
A lot.
Yeah, hips, low back.
Yeah. Neck, which doesn't have to do with a lot.
Yeah, neck, for sure. Making sure that your atlas stays aligned.
Because it comes out like every other week. No.
Yeah, it's pretty key. Yeah, and the reason that she's having a harder time holding her atlas alignment is because there's so much stress on her body, which we can easily see how that throws off her center of gravity and just puts more and more stress. So typically pregnant women will seek out chiropractic care for a couple of reasons. The first one is all of the stress on the body. And so, for Erica, low back and hips were the main priority. For some people, it's actually thoracic spine or even neck. Everybody's case is a little bit different. And then the second reason why moms will seek out chiropractic care during pregnancy is to make sure that their body is well aligned for the birth process itself. So if you think about birthing a baby, hip alignment, low back alignment is super important to make that process easier. Yeah. Which we're really hoping for.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And with all the pain I was already dealing with, I wouldn't have made it through this without you guys. But in the first and second trimester, I came once a week, and in the third, I came twice a week. And she has been head down and in proper position since month 4, and I believe it's because I've been coming. Otherwise, she's been flipping around.
Yeah, that's excellent. She's ready to go.
Yeah, she's been ready. I'm definitely ready.
Yeah. Well, let's get you checked. So the first thing that we're going to do is an atlas check with Erica on her back, and then provided her atlas is in alignment, I'll have her turn over. We'll work through all of the different areas of the spine and get her spine aligned for today.
Because I'm feeling it in my pelvis.
Yeah. Okay, well, with no further ado, let's do that. All right, so lay on your back for me. So supine leg length check for the atlas. Good. And what we're looking for here is to make sure that the legs are balanced as she's laying face up. And that looks great. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you can turn over. And we have these great pillows that have a really big hole in the middle that can accommodate the growing baby. Okay, all right, so let's see what we find here. So laying face up, the supine leg length checks for Atlas C1 all the way to the top. And if that's out of alignment, really everything else is too. You can't have an Atlas alignment without having issues all the way down the spine. But we checked that and that was fine. So what we're going to do now is a full spine adjustment. So now this is a prone leg length check and it tells us about different things. So what I'm doing is evaluating here. And I see a right short leg by about a half an inch or so. That is likely coming from her low back or pelvis. We're going to see by putting a little stress into her system, bending her knees, and that leg actually gets quite a bit longer. Can you feel that difference? Yeah. All right. So first adjustment is here at L5. And I'm going to lower the table just a bit here. So with most moms in pregnancy, we can comfortably use the lifts in the table. And Erica hasn't had any problem with these. If someone is more sensitive, we might just use an instrument to adjust. So we're adjusting L5 on the right. One more time.
If nothing else, the baby wakes up.
She starts moving around, kicking back. Okay, and so now I'm coming back to recheck the leg length to make sure we did get a good set on that. And what I'm seeing is an even leg length. I'm going to put that same stress back in, and it's nice and even now. Get you to feel it too. Yeah. Now I'm going to push in just a little further. Okay, so there's a little rotation in the pelvis. And the way that I'm determining this is, well, two ways. I can see it. And also when I bring the legs in, this one goes in okay, and then that one is more resistant. Can you feel that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to adjust in the pelvis. Good. And one more just like that. So in pregnancy, the adjustments are a little more gentle than they would be in non-pregnancy for a couple of reasons. Number one, patient tolerance. And number two is that there's a lot of relaxin that is a hormone that happens in the body that allows the body to stretch and move, and that makes the joints more easy to adjust. And we certainly don't want to over-adjust them too. That's something that we're always making sure that we don't do in pregnancy. Feel different?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks great. Okay, so we're going to let that settle in, and I'm going to come up here and check the cervical and thoracic spine. All right, so Erica's got her head on a little sideways today.
I do?
Base of the skull is pulled down on the right side, so we're going to adjust that up with the activator instrument. Much better. And now I'm going to check through the thoracic spine. I'm checking the muscles, I'm checking the ribs and the vertebra, and I'm doing it all with a stretch. Good. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm. Just focusing on breathing.
With less lung space, you really have to make it an effort. And now I'm double checking in the low back. That's all good. Coming back up to the neck. Actually, the rest of your neck is perfect today.
Oh, wow. First time for me.
Okay, go ahead and turn over.
Okay.
So the first part of that adjustment is very similar in a lot of ways to what a non-pregnancy adjustment would be. This is where the special stuff happens. Okay, so we're going to check a few things that are particular to the needs of a growing baby and the way that it causes the belly and the pelvis to change. So the very first thing that we're going to do is check the psoas muscle. So the psoas muscle runs between the front of the hip into the low back. And if it's out of balance, it can create some twerking in the pelvis that we really don't want. We don't want that while the baby and the uterus are trying to grow, and we certainly don't want that during the birthing process either. And a tight psoas can cause front of the hip pain and low back pain, and sometimes it can be confused with round ligament issues. So the round ligament attaches to the uterus and it grows a lot, and you can have round ligament pain, but a lot of times people confuse psoas and round ligament pain, and they're both pretty easy to take care of. You just have to know what you're dealing with. So here's our check for the psoas muscle. I'm going to do it with arms above the head. When the psoas gets tight, it actually pulls on the body so much that one arm will become shorter than the other. But Erica actually does not have that today, so we're going to leave that alone. The next thing we're going to do is do the round ligament check.
Oh, that's what I had problems with.
Yeah. And you do need a little bit on the right side. So this is just a little bit of a sustained hold. It doesn't look like much. It feels like a lot. At this stage, you really don't want anyone touching your belly at all, but it helps. The round ligament is very, very short when you're not pregnant and very, very long when you are. So it takes sometimes it can get a little uncomfortable, and the release helps that. All right, that's good. Okay, now we're going to check where the pelvis comes together in the front. And we're going to do that by bringing both legs up. Good. And on this particular one, I use her own muscles to help reset the pelvis in the front. So what you're going to do is squeeze together really, really hard. Super hard, harder, harder. And there it goes. Did you feel it?
I didn't know.
Let's see if there's more. Okay. All right. Now the very last thing that we're going to check is where the stomach is sitting against the diaphragm. So a lot of times, especially late in pregnancy, there's a lot of heartburn. And what this can do is just ease it a little bit. Baby's pushing the stomach way up high, and we're going to help just to pull it down a little bit. How's this felt this week?
Same going.
Okay. You're fixed up.